So the first thing we're going to do for class today is come into a seated position. Make sure that your sit bones are touching the floor. I like to kind of pull on my legs a little bit so that I can find those sit bones. We are going to come into a seated position, good posture, so sit up nice and tall, core is engaged. Bring your hands to your knees. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to begin with some deep breaths. So when you're ready, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let's do that a few times. Two more. Shake that out a little bit. The next thing that we're going to do is warm up our necks. So slowly, at your own pace, you're going to bring your right ear down to your right shoulder, left ear down to your left shoulder. Repeating that. Stretch out any of that tension. Just focus on the feeling. You don't have to worry about anything else or think about anything else for the duration of this class. Good. Come back to center. Now we're going to bring chin to chest and then head up, looking up towards the ceiling. So when you're ready, chin to chest, head up towards the ceiling. Center, shake that out a little bit. So from here, we're going to move on to our tabletop position. So we are going to move into a position where we're on our hands and knees. This is your tabletop. You want to make sure your shoulders are in line with your wrists, hips are in line with your knees. Neck is neutral right now, so you're looking down at the floor. Core is engaged, so draw that belly button in toward your spine. When you're ready, we're going to inhale, arch our backs, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round your shoulders and back, tuck your chin to your chest, take a look at your belly button, and repeat. To a neutral position. Okay, from here, we're going to come up into a downward dog, and then we'll move on to sun salutations. So from here, curl your toes under. When you're ready, push those hips up into your downward dog position, trying to bring your chest towards your legs. Once you're here, go ahead and alternate bending those knees. Feeling a stretch in the back of each leg as you do. Breathing through any tightness that you're feeling. Okay, when you're ready, bring both heels as close to the floor as they'll come. Walking your hands to your feet. Once you get into this position, knees are soft. Let's come up halfway. Exhale down. And let's inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down. The next thing we're going to do is move through 3 sun salutations. So for our sun salutations, I would start closer to the front of your mat so that you've got room to jump back into that plank. When you're ready, inhale your arms up. Core is engaged, lean back. Exhale, forward fold. Touch those fingertips to the floor. Come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands firmly planted on the floor. We're going to jump back into our plank. When you're ready, exhale, lower yourself down to the floor. It's okay if your knees need to come first. From here, push up into your Cobra. So shoulders in line with your wrists. From here, we're going to push back up into that downward dog. When you're ready, hips up. Good. Walk those hands back to your feet. Once you get into this position, inhale up halfway. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up this time. Exhale, bring those arms down. All right, so that was sun salutation number 1. For the second one, if you felt like that jump was too much for you, you can step back into your plank instead. Okay, so back to the front of your mat. Let's give that another try. Inhale your arms up. Lean back. Forward fold. Once your hands are touching the floor, inhale up halfway. Exhale down. Jump back into that plank or step back. This is your modification. Core engaged, lower down to the floor, nice and slow. Push up into your Cobra. Lower back down. Another variation of this, we can come up into that plank. Jump the feet back to the hands. Straighten the legs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms up. All right, we've got one more of those. Lots of options here. So, back at the front of your mat, inhale those arms up. Lean back. Forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, lower. Palms down to the floor. Come back into your plank. Strong here in your plank. Lower down to the floor. Push up, Cobra. Lower back down. Push up into your plank. Walk your hands to your feet. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Shake that out. So those were your sun salutations. The next thing that we're going to do is tree pose. So this one requires some balance, and if you haven't done it before, I would suggest that you have like a chair or something for extra support nearby. So we're going to start by balancing on the left foot. So you really want to focus on strengthening that leg. That is your leg of support. Spread out your toes. Really put weight into that left leg. When you're ready, you're going to bring your right knee up, and then you're going to bring your right foot flat onto the inside of your thigh. So what's important to note for this is you either want your foot above or below your knee. You don't want to be pressing right on the kneecap. You want to pick. So if you're worried about balance, go ahead and place that foot below the knee. If you feel like you've got this, you can kind of just tuck your leg into your thigh, and your leg is pushing back into your foot, which should give you a little bit of extra support. When you're ready, inhale your arms up, hands into prayer position, and hold. Keeping a good posture here, core is engaged, breathing. lower that foot back down to the floor. Same thing on the opposite side. Root that right foot into the ground. Spread out those toes for an extra base of support. One side will always have better balance than the other. That's really common. So you might need a chair for one leg, not the other. Inhale that knee up. Bring that foot in. Find your balance. Inhale your arms up. Bring them to prayer, unless you're holding onto a chair, and hold. Relax your shoulders and your neck and your jaw. A little wiggle is okay. And release. All right, we're gonna do it again. Switching sides, balancing on that left foot. That's your base of support, so spread those toes. Come up onto your right toes, just so that your left foot can get a feel for balancing and supporting. When you're ready, bring your right knee up. Bring that foot in. Find that balance. Appreciate the wiggle. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Hold. Good, release. Switch sides. One thing I should mention is even though your right leg or your left leg is your base of support, you still want to keep that knee a little bit soft. So I'm not asking you to squat, I'm just asking that you not lock your leg out. Keep it a little bit soft to protect your knee. When you're ready, inhale the left leg up. Come into your position. Find your balance. Inhale up. And hold. Engage your core. Relax the muscles around your jaw and your neck. Breathe into your pose. And release. Good. We're going to do one more on each leg, and then we'll move on. So left leg is your base of support. Knee is a little bit soft, but sturdy through that foot. Inhale your right knee up. Bring it on in. Find that balance. Once you do, inhale up. Exhale. Pose. Three, 2, and 1. Release. That wiggle's okay. You're using those stabilizing muscles. You're putting them to work. It's okay to wiggle. All right. Rooting through that right foot. Inhaling that left knee up. Bring it on in. Find your balance. Inhale up. Exhale, pose. Just breathe. Good. Release that pose. Shake that out. Okay, for our next pose, we're going to be moving through eagle, and I honestly call this like a pretzel pose because it's just so twisty, and it's really challenging, and mine is not perfect. That's why we're working on it together. So, feet are parallel. You're going to come down into a chair pose first. So squat, make sure your knees don't come past your toes, push your hips back. Once you're in this position, you're gonna cross one arm under the other, doesn't matter which because we're gonna do both. And we're holding like so. If you can't get your arms to twist that far, that's okay, just give yourself a hug, hold those shoulders. From here, I'm gonna start by crossing my right leg over my left. So you have two options here with the legs. You can just cross that leg over and hold here, or you can go for a full twist. Totally up to you. I'm gonna hold it just here. So right arm under my left, Right leg over my left, hold. Good, release those arms. Step down with your right leg. Feet are parallel. Drop down into that chair. Now we're gonna switch the position with the arms. Left is under right. Cross your left leg over your right leg. See if you can bend a little bit deeper and hold. Exhale those arms down, come on up. Whew, shake that out. All right, let's do it again. So, starting with your chair, squat down a bit. Crossing my right leg over my left. Ooh. Switching those arms. So right arm goes under left. Bring those arms up and hold. See if you can come a little deeper, bending your left knee, and release. Switching sides, chair pose, left under right, left leg over right, have a seat. You can always put those left toes down on the floor for extra support. And release. Whew. All right, one more round of that. When you're ready, bend those knees, right arm under left, right leg on top of left leg, bend and hold. And release. Okay, last eagle pose, bend those knees. Bring your left leg over your right, left arm under your right, wrap, woo, find your balance, hold. Good, release, and shake that out. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is inhale our arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale halfway, exhale, hands down to the floor, step or jump back into your plank, slowly lower yourself down to the mat, and we're gonna do a couple cobras just like we did during our sun salutations, so make sure your hands are lined up with your chest, elbows pointed back. We're gonna do a mini cobra to start. So you're just gonna push your chest up off the floor, looking up towards the wall in front of you. Good, exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. When you're ready, we're gonna move into a bigger cobra. So, hands in the same position. We're gonna inhale, push all the way up on those arms. Look up towards the ceiling. Good, exhale, lower. Inhale up. Lower. One more. While you're here, you can even come up on those toes, or you can keep your knees down. Exhale, lower. From the bottom of your Cobra Pose, we're going to push back into Child's Pose. So toes touching, part your knees. And you're just going to kind of nestle your body between your knees, reaching your fingertips to the edge of your mat. And if you can, bring your forehead to the floor and breathe. From here, we're going to come up into a seated position. You're going to swing your legs out from under you. Bring them in front. Once you're in this position, you want to make sure your sit bones are actually touching the floor. So I kind of pull my legs out a little bit so I can feel my bones touching the ground. Once you're in this position, your legs are about hip width apart, toes are flexed, so not pointed but flexed. When you're ready, inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Reach for those toes. It's okay if you can't get there. And try and focus on bringing your chest down to your knees as opposed to your face. So instead of bringing your face all the way forward, bring your chest forward. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Good. Inhale those arms back up. Take a second. All right, let's do it again. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Bending at the elbow. If you've got the flexibility, you can even bring those forearms down to the ground. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, wait just for a little bit. Okay, one more. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold. See if you can fold a little further this time. Release, inhale your arms up. Exhale, rest. Okay, for the next exercise, it's not an exercise, for the next pose. Okay, so for the next pose, we're going to use the length of our mat and we're going to separate our feet. So go ahead and pull those legs back so that you can feel your sit bones reaching the floor. We're going to do another forward fold, but this time with a wide leg position. So when you're ready, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Trying to bring your chest towards the floor. It's okay if you can't get down there. Just do what you can. Flexing those feet, breathing into the pose. Drag your hands across the floor back into your upright position. Rest here for a moment. Stretch your neck if you feel like you need it. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Try to avoid bringing your chin to your chest. Face is looking down towards the ground. Reaching away from you with those fingertips. Good. Inhale. Sit on up. Okay, let's get one more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. See if you can stretch any deeper here. If not, that's okay. Do what feels right for you today. Okay, let's inhale back up to a seated position. Okay, so for our next pose, we're going to bring those legs back together. Make sure your sit bones are touching the floor. We're going to do a torso rotation. We'll do this a few times and then we'll move on to Savasana. So we're going to start by bending that right knee, bringing that right foot flat onto the floor. Using your left hand, you're going to hug your right leg, reaching behind you with the right arm, rotate, touch the floor, look over your back shoulder. Breathe into this. Make sure that you're not losing your posture here. So, sitting up nice and straight, face pointed forward, neck is neutral. Good. Release that stretch. Switch sides. Bend that left leg. Using your right arm, you're going to hug that left knee. Reaching behind you with the left hand, rotate, looking over that back shoulder. Good, slowly release. Switch sides again. Bending that right knee, using that left leg to hug that left arm to hug that right leg, looking over your back shoulder and breathing. And release. We're going to get one more on this side. You know the drill. Looking over your back shoulder, making sure you're not shrugging your shoulder up. So reach far enough away that you've got the support of the floor with your fingertips, but you're not shrugging. Good, release that stretch. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, now to the fun part. We're going to move on to Savasana. So when you're ready, go ahead and lower yourself down to the floor in whatever position feels most comfortable for you. I'm going to move my mic because it's not comfortable to lay on. I like to keep my knees bent in this position because it brings my back into a neutral position. Otherwise, I have a little bit of an arch in my back if my legs are straight. So it's up to you, whatever feels comfortable. So I have got my feet flat on the floor, palms facing up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and close your eyes. And exhale. As you exhale, give in to the weight of gravity. Feel your body as it melts into the floor. Feel the floor reaching up to hold you. Take this time to really breathe. Focus on the breath as it moves in through your nose and out through your mouth. Really center yourself during this time. Thank yourself for making time today to take care of yourself and what your body needs. opportunity to thank your body for everything that it does for you as it carries you throughout your day. And just take this time to let all worries and concerns and silly little things that are upsetting you, just let them go. Just breathe them out. With your next inhale, slowly roll onto your left side. Putting your right palm flat on the floor, you're going to push yourself up to an upright position. When you're ready, coming into the same seated position that we started with. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Exhale, palms together, bringing them to your heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, moving through this flow. I appreciate you for being here. Please take the time to appreciate yourself for making this time for you. And I hope to see you all here again soon. Namaste.